Hello everyone, the Nerdy Steve here, and today we will be featuring standard Naya Midrange, and there's a link to the deck list below. I'm going to talk about the game plan, some of the card choices, and a little bit about the sideboard, and then we'll play a couple of matches. So let's go. What makes Naya Midrange different from Jund Midrange or Esper in the current standard is the lack of Meat Hook Massacre. And this deck is kind of designed with that absence in mind and with beating and overcoming opposing Meat Hook Massacres. So first we want to point out that both of the Gala Greeters and Luminarch Aspirant have abilities that generate +1/+1 counters over time. And that is important for two reasons. First, it gives this deck a specifically unique aggressive flair. Luminarch Aspirant and Gala Greeters will become very, very big very, very quickly. So they are must deal with threats early on. But also, they allow your creatures to become bigger more quickly than a Meat Hook can potentially kill them. And that's a very, very important thing to consider, specifically with a wedding announcement, giving your creatures +1/+1 down the line. So you want to be aware of how you are outpacing your opponent's Meat Hook Massacre, right? And then we have Fable of the Mirror Breaker and Esika's Chariot, which can generate a lot of tokens and really, really buff up your board over time. They are must-answer threats that usually require multiple cards from your opponent. Esika's Chariots with the 2 tokens that it creates, and Fable of with itself turning into a creature and creating a creature, and also being able to loot away useless cards. What we also want to point out is the 4 Emeria's Call in the deck is a very, very interesting choice and should really pinpoint what the deck's game plan is, right? 4 Emeria's Call is a very, very aggressive deck building choice because it's going, my plan is to cast this spell and create 4 angels, right? And that you also have the Sanctuary Warden and Workshop Warchief as higher end, really late game threats that your opponent will lose to if they do not deal with them very, very quickly, right? So that is something to keep in mind. We also have Skyclave Apparition, which is a very, very generically useful removal tool against a vast amount of different decks. And then we also have Voltage Surge as a very, very efficient removal too. And so when you are playing this deck, you're going to want to be mindful of, okay, I have an aggressive 2-drop. I'm playing Wedding Announcement or Fable on turn 3 to set up a long-term value over the next couple of turns. And then you will use your Legion Angel or Esika's Chariot to put a lot more pressure on your opponent until you can either Workshop Warchief or Emeria's Call or Sanctuary Warden to seal and end the game. And then our sideboard is very, very complementary to those deck building ideals, right? We have Archon of Emeria, which is going to fill in the hole that this deck has against maybe Runes or the Goldspan Dragon combo, where those decks can come out maybe a little too quickly for us to deal with. And Archon of Emeria goes, hey, slow down. Your lands are going to come into play tap. You can't cast a lot of spells in turn. So your quick power isn't going to happen. I'm going to be able to outgrind you and overcome you, right? We have the Tamiyo Safekeeping to maybe protect your early threats, or like Luminarch Aspirant and Gala Greeters. Because if your opponent goes, oh, I can wait a turn or two to kill them, you have your Safekeeping to go, no, you can't. Then you have Brutal Cathar, Apparition, Portable Hole, If you need more removal, maybe against more aggressive decks, you have the 3 Legion Angel to complement the one in the main deck. And then Broken Wings as a generic way to destroy opposing artifacts, enchantments, obviously, but also mainly there for Goldspan Dragon. Alright? So, let's go play a couple of matches. Okay, again, we don't have a 2-drop, right? Which is not ideal. But we do have a good 3-drop into 4-drop into 5-drop plan. So I don't think it is worth mulliganing, but it is worth noticing that this has a little bit of a weak point, right? Okay. That we don't love. Our opponent's on a Temur ramp strategy, I think. I'm not exactly familiar with all the cards in it, so hopefully we still win. Alright, Temur Dragon, so they probably have Goldspan. Yep. We're looking pretty rough right now. Iteration, okay. Because, so our opponent's gonna deal 4 to us this turn. And then next turn another 8 with the double dragon. So we're gonna have to hope our opponent doesn't have a lot of good interaction here. Alright. Okay. So we're doing the Gala Greeters because if we make a token, we want to be able to get some value out of the Gala Greeters. So we can choose to kill the dragon here, but then that does still leave up the Kiki Jiki. Well, we might as well sack the Chariot anyway. Let's hope our opponent doesn't have anything that can punish us here. Eureka moment? Okay. We want our opponent to not have a Titan of Industry or something like that. Then we're gonna play another land. I think I want to make it a 3/3. Okay. Unfortunate. We get to block here. Our opponent still has 6 mana available, which is a lot of mana. Fading Hope. 3, we can go up to 9. Yeah, I think if our opponent has anything, we're not in a good spot anyway, so I think we just need to attack. Because if our opponent uses Kiki-Jiki on the Goldspan, we still have the Warchief to block. Alright, a Titan of Industry. Oh, and that's... Okay, well... We're hoping our opponent didn't have a Titan of Industry. I don't think we win anyway. Right? Okay. I've seen enough. GG. I think Brutal Cathar is kind of good against the Kiki-Jiki tokens and everything. Probably want Broken Wings. I think Legion Angel might be a little too slow. Maybe Skyclave. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Alright, we have red, green, white. And having Gala Greeters on turn 2. Having anything on turn 2 is basically infinitely better than not having anything. So... already better than last time. They have removal. They always have removal. Think we do this. Our opponent could have a counterspell. But we're fine. What removal do they have? If our opponent uses any, like, single piece removal, we're okay. We wouldn't like a board wipe. There's the thing that deals 1 damage to each non-artifact creature. Or something like that. Or Cinderclasm. Or that, right? The card that just does it anyway. If they... oh, okay, I was like, if they want to Cinderclasm now... But now this Gala Greeter becomes huge. Wow. Okay. Well, there you go, everyone. What would have been really good would have been one of our Emeria's calls, right? Yep. And that can destroy a wedding festivity. All right. Our opponent, I wasn't playing around all those board wipes, and I don't know if I could have. And then we just literally drew all in, so. GG. I'm sure the next game will be better. Alright, Zen. If that is your real name. Okay. We need to draw a land. This is hard. I think we need to do... This is white. And then we can do this most likely as green for the Gala Greeters. Because now any land we get a wedding announcement going, right? Raven's Warning. Okay. Another Raven's Warning. I like it. Opponent knows everything in our hand, and we'll be able to get, like, perfect answers over the next couple turns. Which... not ideal. I'm honestly not sure what we needed to do there. Maybe we... Well, we'll draw a card here. Our opponent's just literally getting any answer they want. So two of our opponent's cards are the best thing that they could have imagined. And I don't know what to imagine here. And it was the Meat Hook Massacre. Okay. Red, green. We'll do that. We draw a card. I'm assuming they got a Meat Hook Massacre, because their deck can't naturally cast black or use black spells unless they have a World Tree. Ouch. Okay.
I've learned much during my travel. Let your blade do the talking.
One, target non-land permanent to its owner's hand, and then I discard a card. Yep. Huh. Binding. Luminarch Aspirant. They have one other card. That they were able to get with the Raven's warning.
Guards, to me.
I could activate Den. Well, not anymore. I think I want to draw a card instead. Flying Trample, when O Kagachi Made Manifest attacks, Defending player chooses a non-land card in your graveyard, return it to your hand. Okay. Modern Age.
How we greet our enemies.
Everything's indestructible now. All of our non-angels are. Opponent draws and discard. What are we afraid of? Brilliant Restoration. Wow. Can't say I was expecting that one. I will kill a bird. Or... wow.
Remember your training.
Emeria's call not making these angels indestructible. If we block, they take 6, which is not enough. One goes to 3. We'll take another one, and then we'll Chariot. And everything gets +1/+1. Tons of triggers. Here, put the Brilliant Restoration in your hand. Binding. Ugh. Bearded Companion, yep. Alright. We get to Skyclave Apparition. White, white, green. I guess we get to exile that. We can make a 2/2 samurai.
Let your blade do the
True. And I don't know what this even will do, but we'll tackle everything. And hope it works out. You think I'm going to do this math? Absolutely not. Oh my god. GG. Literally have no idea what to do. I guess broken wings helps. Don't need... The Valorous Stance only gets rid of the big thingy-mabobber. Probably don't need all that many voltage. Surge. Let's go. What a disaster. I mean, I'm glad we won, right? We'll keep it. Because, you know, we knew we would draw a 2-drop, right? I knew I would draw a 2-drop anyway. Oh, they do have natural. Alright, they do have black mana. Bearded Companion, maybe? A World Tree. We can, sacrifice that. I don't feel bad about that. Oh, I almost clicked that way too quickly. That would have been really, really bad.
I hope you're ready to
Do that.
May your blade strike true.
The counter there.
I have got
Next, put a counter there. Attack. So now we have our next couple plays, right? Oh, they did have a Kami War. That's not good.
Our swords will cross again.
I'm removing that because I assume our opponent... maybe our opponent doesn't return Sanctuary Warden. I thought they would, but maybe they don't. Yeah, That may have been a mistake. Because the token was a free thing, I thought they would want to out-tempo us by making us recast the Sanctuary Warden, but, Uh-oh. So... there goes the Emeria's Call, at least. These are indestructible, that Angel isn't. Huh. Very, very interesting. Ugh. Alright. We can discard a Chariot because it's not particularly useful here, because we already have one. And now... that blocks there. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think we can blitz out the Warchief. And GG. Oh, thank God. So, thank you all for watching me play some Naya Standard Midrange. I think my biggest takeaway from these matches was that you really need something to do on turn 2. And your Gala Greeters and Luminarch Aspirant probably should be very high priorities for you to mulligan. Otherwise, specifically in this standard format, you're just gonna fall far too behind too quickly. The Emeria's Call really, really surprised me. You can reliably get to that 7 mana, and having these cards that can come down as lands early on, but then just are not completely dead late game, it was just very, very surprisingly relevant and impactful and powerful. So yeah, if you haven't already, you should totally like, comment, or subscribe. I stream very, very often on Twitch at twitch.tv/thenerdysteve, and I hope you come drop by and say hi sometime. And with that, thank you all for watching. I hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are. And thank you. Bye.